Hello, hello, hello. It's me again. This is Real Talk with Amira. Doing another one, y'all. It's Tuesday. I'm on my schedule still. Trying to be more consistent. Somewhat. But it's Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody had a good day. It's supposed to be a snow, I'm not going to say snowstorm, but it was supposed to snow last night and it really didn't stick. And I'm glad for that. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. And I hope the rest of the week goes very well as far as the weather. But it's been really cold. Bitter cold. You know, and I have actually seen some homeless people out. I'm like, where are they gonna go? What are they gonna do? Because it is hella cold. But I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's again starting to think. We must think. We must do better. We must start to realize where we're at, where we're going, what we're doing, how all of these things work together. But yeah, today, doing another one. Today's topic. Now, I seen this on actually an ad on YouTube. It wasn't something I went to go watch. It was an ad that came across my my YouTube algorithm or search, however they do that. And it is, do transgender athletes have an unfair advantage in sports? And that was the title of what the ad that I watched. It was like a 45-minute ad. Sometimes I do watch, and I wonder how much those people are spending on a 45-minute ad. That's the question. But I watched the whole thing. It was actually a personality or a radio personality. I don't know if he does podcasts or whatever, but that was the name of his ad, basically. And he had went out to a college and set out a table and asked this question to some college students. And they talked about it, I guess. He only showed one person in the ad, so. But that's the topic for today. Do transgender athletes have an unfair advantage in sports? And looking at that question right now, biological women who are becoming trans men and are going to compete with biological men do not have an unfair advantage in sports. Will never have an unfair advantage in sports. So that wipes out that part right there. Because me as a biological woman, if I wanted to be a transgender man and go participate in sports with men, I would not have an unfair advantage in sports. So this question really, as I'm looking at it, this doesn't pertain to women being transgender men or biological women who have decided to become transgender men. So it's only the other half where it becomes unfair in sports. And this topic is only about sports. And for me, you guys, again, I love everybody. I support everybody. If you want to be a man, if you want to be a woman, everybody can do what they want. As long as you're not hurting anyone or, you're not doing anything illegal, you can be who you want to be. And that is my root base, that people, whatever makes you happy, do that. But when you start doing things that are unfair, or just certain things need to be common sense. We throw common sense out the window these days with a lot of stuff. And that's not good. But some of the sports that I have seen where there are, and you really got to keep your head wrapped around this, because I get confused and even trying to speak on it, where a transgender woman, which means that she was a biological male, now wants to participate in sports with biological women. I hope I said that right. Is that fair? And what erases your... And let's go back to... Gotta rewind. When a biological male is born a male, does he have certain characteristics that a biological woman doesn't? Yes. Is he stronger? Is he faster? More powerful? Wingspan. That's what they talked about. Is his wingspan stronger? His lung capacity? What all is a biological male made up of? And that's my thing with a lot of stuff. We don't just want to go look at the facts. We want to pretend that certain facts don't exist. The racism thing, or what did I talk about on the other one? Just facts. We don't want to look at facts. But are there facts about a biological male that a biological woman does not have? Stronger, faster, wingspan, taller, lung capacity. So for a transgender woman that wants to quote unquote be a woman, can she erase her being a man at some point, or at some point in her past? Can she erase that by taking hormones? And that again is something that we can research. Are you really able to erase your manhood, or you being a biological male? This is just pop up on Microsoft, being a new study suggests transgender women maintain an athletic advantage over their cisgender peers even after a year on hormone therapy. The results published last month in the British Journal of Sports Medicine could mean the current 1-year waiting period for Olympic athletes who are transitioning is inadequate. And that shouldn't mean could mean. It should mean. And I know that it can be tested. Your strength, and could someone pretend that they're not as strong? Of course. But how do you measure that? I don't know. This is another Newsweek article. The case of transgender athletes. Why sports aren't fair, and that's okay. Between the growing number of states passing legislation to prevent transgender and intersex athletes from competing as women, and the opportunity competing as women and the opportunity presented by a new administration, the debate about who gets to play and how in the United States is heating up. Montana joined Idaho and 14 other states with legislation passed or pending to prevent transgender and intersex athletes from competing as women. Again, like I said, this only really pertains to women. Recently, the Women's Sports Policy Working Group, a new collection of scholars and elite athletes absent of transgender members, presented a controversial plan that would allow transgender women to compete as women only if they take hormones or medically transition, a policy which poses problems for intersex women as well as transgender women who do not take hormones or pursue medical transition. So if you don't take any hormones, your body, I know you have decided that you're becoming a woman, but your body is still a male body, and you want to go compete with women, which sports are separated by biology at this time, and that has been a constant. We don't have women's what do they call it, co-ed basketball teams, NBA, women against men and men against women. They have male teams and they have female teams, man and woman teams. There's a reason for that. A woman's team competing against a man's team, what, 99.9%, I would think, I don't know, 100%, the men are gonna win. So just taking hormones, what does that really do? Does that mean you're slower than a woman or slower than a man? Does that mean you're less stronger? What do the hormones actually do to a transgender woman's body? That can be studied, you guys. That should really be studied before we start saying you get to do this and you get to do that. Not just because you want to, I get to do this. When I don't know how much muscle you lose by taking hormones, and who says they're taking these hormones every day? Do you take your pills every day? That's a good question, because I'm sure no one does. Everybody doesn't. Excuse me. When you take hormones, does it make you smaller? Does it make you weaker? Excuse me. You know, what changes when they take hormones? Just a question. But that is a debate that has been going on for a minute. And it really only affects women in sports. Yeah, it really only affects women in sports, because if a woman wants to be a transgender man and go compete with men, she's gonna lose every time, more than likely. But that's not an issue, I don't think. So what's wrong with that picture? If we're not capable of doing that, then how is a man capable of being a transgender woman and competing on an equal field? They're not. And I don't know why we waste all this time and effort. Sometimes we go through these motions and we already know what the outcome is going to be. We already know. But then we sit up and we participate in someone else's mindset or mind frame, knowing that your body is still a biological male. Even though you're saying you're a woman, I can agree with your perspective. That's your choice. But your body is your body. I think in the ad that I seen, it was talking about weightlifting, and one of the strongest women weightlifters, the difference between her and one of the strongest men weightlifters is 400 pounds in what a man can lift more than her on average. That's not close at all. I don't know what type of hormone you could take to, and these are people who are in weightlifting, of course, but I don't think that's not even close. So do transgender athletes have an unfair advantage? I'm going to say yes. And when someone says that you have an unfair advantage, that doesn't mean they don't love you, they don't respect your opinion of becoming who you want to be. That means I can clearly see and understand that you have an unfair advantage over women. We can't just erase biology. Physically, and men who want to be women and men or women who want to be men, there is a certain biology or a makeup that consists of that. And can you just I don't know what's a good word for that. Can you just become something that it takes biology to do? Can we mimic that biology and that means I'm that? And there are so many things that probably play into someone wanting to do that, but that's their choice. Again, that's their choice, and that's fine. Like I said, you choose to be who you are, but as far as sports, I think that's definitely unfair. I also had an article pulled up. I can't find it now. Look, of course, about can everyone ministrate. So if I'm trying to keep this stuff straight in my head, y'all, I need a chart. So if a transgender man which is a biological woman can ministrate, of course. So when someone says different genders can ministrate, they're saying that a biological woman who went to be a transgender man can ministrate. Of course, she has the biology to do that. She has the biology to do that. It's already there. She didn't have to go have surgery or add anything. That was her biology at birth. So can a transgender woman ministrate? Naturally, no. Unless, and there are always some exceptions, unless she has some type of birth issue where she has ovaries and all of those things, that fallopian tubes, all of that. And I believe there are some anomalies and some things that possibly can happen like that, but on the majority, no. But you guys, this was my topic for today. Do transgender athletes have an unfair advantage in sports? Of course. And this is really just talking about transgender women. And I know we always want to, when we say we are becoming something else, we want to cut off all the other things that we were and erase this. Oh, if I was a biological male, now I got boobs. Now I am taking hormones. I'm a woman now. And for me, I really think that discounts all of the things that women go through as being a woman. You don't have a period. Women have their periods for, what is that, 12 to 60 monthly cramps, maxi pads, tampons, birth control, all kind of different things that women have to deal with as being a woman. But now men just, I'm gonna be a woman. I think it kind of discredits being a woman. And again, you can be what you want to be or do what you want to do, but you haven't been through all these things: childbirth, labor, and delivery, even taking care of children. It's like we are so quick to just, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna just put this hat on, like changing our hats. I was a man yesterday, now I'm a woman. Or I'm a woman, now I'm gonna be a man. And I think women are, I really think that, this is my opinion only, disclaimer, that a lot of women have just been hurt by men. And they go to being a lesbian thinking that they're not going to be hurt anymore, but they're still hurt. So what did you really solve? But there are some states that are banning transgender athletes. Let's see who. Here are the states banning transgender athletes in women's sports, and the states considering it. So this is applying to women's sports only, because women can't. A woman transitioning into a man wanting to go compete with men is not gonna win. So that's pretty much non-effect. But Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, North Carolina, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, West Virginia. Those are just some of the states considering banning transgender athletes. Because otherwise, women are not going to win. They're not against a transgender athlete, a transgender woman. It's not happening. We're not stronger. We're not as fast. We don't have the wingspan. Normally, the height is a list of things that we can't compete with. And that's what sports are about, competition. So is it unfair? And I think it is. That's just my opinion. If my daughter was competing against a transgender woman, I'd be like, baby, just stay home because you're not going to win. Just stay home. Don't make yourself look bad because you're about to look bad. And that's it. No, we don't hate anybody, but you're not going to win. And that's biology. unless she lets you win. That's the only way you're going to win. But we're entertaining all of these things, and like I said, you can be what you want to be, but in sports, that's a certain thing. There's a reason why there are male sports and women's sports. But you guys, that was just something I seen today. Do they have an unfair advantage in sports? And yep, they do. And there was a reason for men's sports and women's sports. I can't compete with a man. Our bodies are different. I don't have the same strength, the speed, agility, all of that. No, I don't. Even if I work my hardest, I still don't. Because we're different. But that's my talk for today, you guys. I hope everybody is doing well. Beginning of the week. Everybody have a great week. Everybody be careful out there in that cold. If you see somebody you can help them. Donate to shelters because they need the money to take people off the streets in this cold weather. But that has been my show today. Everybody have a wonderful evening and the rest of the week. Peace.